So it's really hard just to identify one project. The role, the requirements of a professional engineer is to safeguard the life and the property and the welfare of the people. So really every project we do involves the fundamental roles of project engineering. So the buildings we build, they have structures that have to stand, they have mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, they have fire systems to protect from fire, and they have means to be accessible safely. So truly every project we do embodies the virtues of being a professional engineer. So my leadership style is very structured. Engineers are taught to be very structured and detailed and thoughtful, think through all the steps. So I really just apply that to what we do here at New Atlantic with construction. We have to approach each project in a structured manner. We have to think through the steps and think about how we can construct the building in the right order, what parts have to go in first in order for the next parts to go in safely. We also have to think of backup plans. Sometimes the first plan doesn't work out, or it runs into a roadblock, or there's some curveball. So we have to have a backup plan and be redundant. That's a priority of engineering, is redundancy. So I like to kind of impart that upon our teams. I want them to see the big picture of the project and what our overall goal is, but also want to be focused and think through all the details. So my daughter is studying engineering right now, and I always tell her that engineering is really a universal field of study. It's just problem solving, and there's problems that exist in construction, and there's problems that exist in other types of business. So each business has problems to solve, and engineers are really well adept to solving those. So my advice for engineers is to approach each problem objectively. Sit back and look at things objectively. Don't lose touch of the subjective, because that certainly weighs into some decisions as well, but don't let the subjective override being objective. So that's the raw advice for engineers. But then the intangibles, be good to people, own your mistakes, that sort of thing. So all of those can make you a complete individual and a responsible engineer. So we gain client trust and we achieve project success in many of the same ways, by being detailed, by being thoughtful, by being planners of the work, by looking ahead and thinking how we can deliver the project successfully, and then being flexible and being able to change and adapt as things are thrown our way. But also the things I mentioned a minute ago: be honest, being transparent with the client, develop their trust through being open with them, identifying their concerns and focusing on their concerns, and then not being afraid to own mistakes. We all make mistakes, and so it goes a long way when you're able to say, hey, that's on me, that's a problem, let me fix it, and then you go about trying to figure out how to solve the problem. So on a personal and professional level, it really just gives me an opportunity to look at our society and look at all the great things that have been accomplished by engineers over the years. I think of things like the Hoover Dam, the Golden Gate Bridge. These are significant projects that were built almost 90 years ago, and they still stand today. They're still icons of America today. So really everything in our society that's a part of our day-to-day life, whether we notice it or not, has been influenced by engineers over the years. Our water supply, the buildings we're in, the roads, the airports, truly engineers have touched all of that. And so on Professional Engineers Day, it makes me excited that I've had an opportunity to participate in that for 20 years now, and I've had some impact on our society over those years.